So let's get started with intersection. Here's the one question I want to ask, or a fact that I want to change. The most valuable skill of next decade. What do you think? The most valuable skill of next decade is not technical anymore. Like you guys are understanding coding languages, going through transformer architecture, and learning a lot. But when I say that the most valuable skill of next decade is not technical anymore, let me explain. So before going to that, this sentence means like the most important ingredients of a pizza isn't cheese. I know it sounds ridiculous because deep down you all think coding is the supremacy that exists in tech. Today we will capture a point called intersection. This is a rare point where people who know tech and people who know how to tell stories. And we'll see what happens when we stand at this intersection. What exactly change? How this intersection benefits you. But before that, I am Manav. And I dwelled on both sides. I create content where people follow me with what I do and care about what I build. And I also compete on machine learning competitions in Kaggle. So I came from both sides, kind of the intersection. Deep down, I flirted with AI as a 21-year-old with a name Manav. Quite ironic, right? So why you should hear me? You should hear me because I'm standing on a stage and I have a mic. That's a fact. Well, other than this, I create content by the name Tensor Boy and I'm a AI researcher. So let's move ahead and let's understand what happens when we stand on that intersection. An intersection where you exactly know how to build stuff and you also know how to tell stories. So any guesses? Okay, spoiler alert, no superpowers. We won't get any superpowers, but we are pretty close to it. So in the next 10 minutes, I will make you understand why standing on that intersection is the best thing you can do to your life. So let's start with my story. Again, I am Manav. And growing up, I'm jack of all trades. I do cubing, I play chess, I write poetry, I play classical music. Any more things? I do sketch. So I'm a revolving stone that goes nowhere from the child. And kind of intersection of multiple things, like 100 of stuff. So after growing up, my parents think that I have an ADHD, like a career ADHD. Really don't know what to do with my life. And but when college hits me pretty hard, not getting into IIT, couldn't crack JEE advanced exam, same as you. Obviously, it is a relatable factor, you understand. I also went to Kota and came out alive. That's the other thing. So I'm a Kaggle. In the first year of college, I tried everything. I tried NFT. Yes, charges are quite high. I tried content writing. I tried sales. I tried somewhat C++ with a very bad blue color ID. Are you guys familiar with that? Yeah. So I tried multiple things. But by the second year, there's one thing that actually stuck with me. That's machine learning. And here's the platform that empowers machine learning. So for those who don't know, Kaggle is a lead code for machine learning. Okay? And I'm a Kaggle boy. I'm a 3-time expert at Kaggle. And to be honest, my first competition is to predict who will survive and who will die in Titanic. And you can see the first notebook, like 2 years back, I submitted on Kaggle, be like Titanic group here. So I am sarcastic anyways. From Kaggle, this was my life 2 years back. This is how I leverage Kaggle. Every single day I woke up, I got a mail. Your notebook got 1,000 views. Your notebook has been featured. Your data set has been featured. You become data set expert. And this light came to me because of this. Yeah, this is me. This is me 2 years back, standing outside of my college library, thinking why everybody loves lead code and why everybody hates Kaggle. And deep down, I'll tell you my personal anecdote what I think about lead code. When I'm doing Kaggle, everybody is angry with me. I don't know why, but everybody is. Professors, students, faculty, maths wale bhaiya. I don't know. So according to professor, they suppose that DSA is the only thing you should do and you could do. Manav, please do DSA. Otherwise, didn't get the job. You will ruin your life. Those were the words. And Kaggle will take you nowhere. I mean, really? So this is me, and this is me in class. I listen to no one. I'm the travel kid who is not that popular at that time. But yeah, I do Kaggle in the classes. Just simple text, no DSA. So when people are trying to do sliding window, I'm reading this book. And I want to state a fact at that time in chat. Okay, we just upgraded. At that time, ChatGPT is not a real thing. So I stick to this book. This book is a holy grail of machine learning if you have a thought of planning to start. So this is my life. Like, as you can see, as a second year student, to which whole college hates out of nowhere. Some people think that I am different. Some people think I'm stupid. Some think I'm just rebel. But this is my life. Moving from this, doing this, I got to this. Giving a session on depression. It's quite ironic again. But yeah, this is I would say, the biggest risk of my life. When everybody is shouting DSA lead code, I'm doing Kaggle and machine learning. And I'm doing machine learning way back when machine learning is not cool. Now I will tell you one thing that I do unconsciously and I become successful. I got my first internship in second year of college, a YC startup. And from that point, I'm working and quite earning good. So unknowingly, I put myself in a point that we call slipstream. I know you most guys are not interested in this, but it is pretty cool. Just listen. So, how many of you know Hot Wheels? How many of you love Hot Wheels? Okay. How many of you think that your girlfriend will one day gift you Hot Wheels? Awesome. So yeah. So when we have you ever seen F1 races? Anyone? So there's a concept called slipstream. So what happens in slipstream? A car going in front of other car will create a vacuum, pressure vacuum, which helps the car which is behind the first car to accelerate at high speed with low efforts. This is called slipstream. And somehow, by learning AI earlier, I get myself into slipstream. So slipstream doesn't only exist in races; it also exists in tech. And if you exactly crack slipstream for once, you will win exponential. So what slipstream in one word? Right place and right time. So let me give you an example, like concrete example. If Geo is a car which is at 100 km per hour, then both Swiggy, Ola, Zerodha, all are the second car behind the Geo. They leverage the slipstream formula for Geo. Geo increased from 110 crore GB data to 8,600 GB data. So even if Zerodha and Swiggy do nothing, they will still grow because the underlying architecture is growing. This is called slipstreaming. You should be at the right place at the right time, and that's what I did unknowingly. The AI boomed, and I was at the right time at the right place. I'm the ML engineer in the college of DSA and software engineer guys. So this is called slipstreaming, and you can take advantage of it if you look good enough into what's emerging in tech and how things are changing. So what happens when you get yourself in slipstream? You will put same efforts, but you will get 10x results. Today, I am standing at this stage because I slipstream. That's the fact. I was at the right place at the right time. A machine learning engineer in 2025. What else can be sexier than this? So let me talk about one more factual thing that most of the student does and will is stopping you for a long run in slipstreaming. That I call the ostrich effect. So most of you will listen about AI here and there, but what you will think is AI is just a bubble. My work is still up and running. Why should I learn new things? Why should I learn cursor? Why should I look for no-code tools? Why should I look for LLMs? Why should I learn a new architecture? Why? My life is working. I got friends. I got coffee. I got Maggie. I'm happy. This is called the ostrich effect. Same like ostrich, you take your hand and put it under your sand, and you look awfully ugly. But the fact is, what you are trying, you are avoiding the fact that the world is changing. And if you become this ostrich, I made by my hand, so really sorry for the drawing. But if you become this ostrich, firstly, you will look awfully ugly. Secondly, you will go nowhere. So why you have to came out of the ostrich effect is to just understand that the world is changing, new things are coming out, and you have to be prepared and curious about those. And this is the hardest perception I'm gonna leave you with. Okay. So the hardest perception you must understand is that no codes are coming. No code tools are on the way. Cursor, Note, Bold, Lovable. I don't give a shit that I know CSS or Tailwind. Nobody is asking if you're good in HTML, do you know JavaScript, or you're using React. Deep down, nobody even concerned about the architecture you're building. Everybody just concerned about output. So when no-code tools are there, it's a new superpower which unlocked. And remember, why everything is changing right now? Why not 5 years back? Why not 10 years back? The reason is 10 years back, cost acquisition of a good employee, a good engineer is quite high. And only Google, Microsoft have the money to get them. Because they are the only one who know how to build good stuff on a scale. But what changed today? Now a 9-year-old can build something like Perplexity on the weekend by just vibe coding. Not writing a single line of code. So try to understand. Before 10 years at this point, building things are hard. That's why selling things is easy. But today, building things are easy. So what gonna be hard? Huh? Selling. So if building things are gonna be easy, selling gonna be hard. And that's where we are going. We are going. So have you seen the last picture? I was at the center. And now I jump to content. In technical term, content is called distribution. And I will tell you why from center I jump to content. So are you able to read graveyard? What do you mean by graveyard? Graveyard is a term used by top engineers. Let's suppose this guy right here built a very awesome project. It solved cancer. And it's on GitHub. It solved cancer, it solved all the problems. Okay. But nobody is able to access it. Nobody saw it. Nobody tried it. So what's your thought? Is this guy gonna get Oscar for it or Nobel Prize for it? No. Even if you build pretty good things, you will end up in the GitHub graveyard. Nobody cares what you did. That's why right now, can you build it is a smaller question. The bigger question is, and the real question is, can you get people to care about what you build? Deep down, if right now I make an extension just tell time, it's gonna go viral in next 24 hours. Because there are 2 lakh people care about what I build. And you make a product which solve cancer, but nobody gonna see it. Nobody gonna even look at it because you don't have distribution. So you have to understand this pretty good that can you build it is a smaller question right now. Can you make people to care about it is the real question. And now we will take advantage of life itself. I mean, life is messy, life is random, life has something called entropy, which means messiness, randomness. I don't know what happens. So me posting some random videos 3 years back will landed me at TEDx right now. This is called life. And I say this chasing butterflies. So there is something called butterfly effect. And butterfly effect says that If a butterfly flaps its wing in Delhi, you will see a tornado in Kerala. You don't know what happens next. Let's suppose you meet me, we work on a product, something happens, it sells you YC, then something happens, and next time you realize you are sitting next to Donald Trump. You don't know. So this is the butterfly effect, and we will take advantage of it. Let me give you an example. So this is me, November 23, posting random videos, nobody's watching it, 500 views, very shitty videos, really, pretty shitty. I don't even watch them myself, okay? And this is me again, as a judge, called by government in Smart India Hackathon 24 for the final judging. So this is the butterfly effect. You do the work and you believe that your work can change something, and you end up somewhere so big. One more example of butterfly effect is this is me copying Varun Maya, content end to end from my roommate's phone. My other roommate is holding a light for me, and this is me again working next to him. So this whole cycle completes in just 1 year. I don't know if you heard the butterfly effect in real life, but this is the classic examples. So you would say, Manav, stop flexing, please. Just tell me what we can do, right? So you can push for asymmetry. This is the last concept I'm explaining. What do you mean by asymmetry? Look for asymmetrical returns. Asymmetrical returns means non-linear returns. You go to a session, you learn something, that's an asymmetrical return. You go on a date and maybe find a wife, that's an asymmetrical return. You go in a hackathon and win that hackathon, which lead you to a company, which lead you to an internship, which lead you to another company. That's an asymmetrical return. You create a video and somehow that video reach Anand Mahindra. That's an asymmetrical return. But what you are focused on right now, symmetrical return. I will do coding, I will get job, I will do excel in my career. Symmetrical return give you X for X. Asymmetrical return will give you X for 100X. That's the understanding of a grade. Meet new people, do things which have asymmetrical returns. And creating content is a classic example of asymmetrical returns. And now the last pillar of content, why you should do content at the last time if you're in tech. Like this is not the desire, this is the need of time. If you do content, you're going to be exceptionally and exponentially growing in your career. There are three reasons why I started content. The first reason is attention established credibility. This is called mere exposure effect. If you saw me daily on your feed, you will believe me more than your teacher sitting next to you. Because my face unconsciously set on your brain and you believe me more. This is neuroscience. I'm not making this up, okay? Secondly, accelerated feedback loop. So you all agree that after food, content is the largest thing which we consume. Probably some of them are saying that we consume more content than food anyways. But yeah, you're understanding the fact. We consume content at the level of food and maybe a little more than that. And what accelerated feedback loop is, if I have to create a video on, let's suppose, MCP, Model Context Protocol. So I have to read 20 blogs. I have to look for 5 videos. I have to read through documentation. For one minute to 30-second read, I have to study for 3 hours. Because I have to explain you like a 5-year-old in that read. I have that accountability to 2 lakh people. And that you can't find in your traditional learning. That's like pressure put learning. You have to do it. You can't fake it. I tried it. You can't fake it. You have to put yourself in the hard place and learn for 3 hours to make a reel for 30 seconds. And the feedback loop, if I create anything to everything, I will get feedback in minutes, in seconds. I post something, and by the next second, there are 100 people giving me feedback. Okay, Manav, your code looks ugly here. Your CSS is broken. Your backend is not working. For example, we launched TensorBoy.com recently, and we got 7,000 outputs and reviews in just 1 hour. And our site crashed. And everybody abused her, obviously, India. And the last thing is unprecedented networking opportunity. By creating content, you will meet people you never will. Okay, that's a fact. So try to understand. Like today, I'm here. I'm meeting a new guy. He's into poetry and travel. By default, I'm a tech guy. Why would I be sitting next to him? Because I create content. I do a asymmetrical thing which have a butterfly effect. So these are the three reasons why I create content and why you should. And the last piece I want to give you that everything takes time. My video got viral, but it's not the first video. It's the 49th video got viral. And I see content as a lottery ticket. This is a way in which you don't feel depressed even if your video doesn't. Think of content as a lottery. You woke up every day, you get a free lottery ticket, you use that lottery ticket and push one content. Problematically, if you buy lottery ticket every day, the probability of you winning the lottery increases every day. You have to think in this way only. You get the lottery every day, you woke up, take the lottery ticket, create the content, post, done. It's lottery. So I got viral on 49 posts, not the first one. In this, if we talk mathematically, consistency matter more than perfection. Like the more you will buy lottery ticket, the probability of you winning the lottery increases exponentially every single day. And this is the last piece I want to give you, which we talked earlier also. And I will read it for you. As technology become more accessible to build, as we can see that no build tools are there, no code tools are there. There are multiple things which can be built without any single line of code. So as technology become more accessible to build, your ability to distribute that technology means content. Your ability to distribute that technology to make people care about what you have created become your greatest advantage. So this is the closing line. I would say, be the intersection where you can build stuff and where you can tell a story. This is my time. Thank you so much, guys, and I hope you.